What's up to the family? I don't know how many people I'm gonna get in here, right off the bat, but I just decided to go live. It's the new year, the new year holiday, and I got some topics I want to be hitting on today. We're gonna be talking on, and handling some of this FBA business out here. You know what I mean? First topic I want to talk about, and I hope everyone has enjoyed their holidays. I really don't get into the whole celebration of the holidays, but I respect the aspects of what the holidays are supposed to stand for, like family, togetherness, love, and so on and so forth. You know what I mean? And if any of the family is out there celebrating this New Year's holiday, make sure you stay safe. And if you're going to be drinking, have a designated driver, so on and so forth. But the first topic I want to be hitting on is, Crazylegs, the breakdancer, and some other Latino dude was speaking out the side of their neck about, FBA, so on and so forth, and he said that, one of the cats said that um, they for black people, black and brown, but the issue is with foundational black Americans. Foundational black Americans are anti-black, and first off, we can't be anti ourselves. And, this is also done in bad faith, to try to separate us, as a group, to, make us out to be some kind of group, because in all actuality, they know they can't attack a lineage of people. That's what they really want to do. So they just dump it off and make it like foundational black Americans are some kind of group, some kind of organization. So, they can attack our group. I mean, our lineage of people, you know what I mean? This is why they do that in all actuality. We can't be anti-black as foundational black Americans, because truth be told, we black. The problem is that they don't want us to acknowledge our lineage and things like that. That's why they really have a problem with the whole FBA thing, and us looking out for one another. And truth be told, he said he's for black and brown unity, one of the cats that was with Crazylegs. But black and brown unity is a code word to mean us doing all the heavy lifting, people undermining us and selling us out, and our efforts getting undermined. So I don't rock with the whole black and brown unity thing. I wish everybody well, but I'm just solely for the needs of foundational black Americans first. You know what I mean? But they got some nerve of trying to, say foundational black Americans is anti-black. And then he said, why didn't we have that, same smoke for Luke or something of that nature? And truth be told, we done been got Luke about the paint and for the comments and things he was making, you know what I mean? But Luke is a non-factor, and us foundational black Americans, we got smoke all the way across the board for anybody disrespecting the lineage. Truth be told, that same, we give fair and equal treatment in terms of who can get the smoke, for coming at the lineage sideways, so Crazylegs and this other Latino cat, they're a non-factor too, you know what I mean? And they just trying to say that we this, that, and the other, to come at foundational black Americans and make us out to be some kind of group, because truth be told, they know they can't attack a lineage because they would catch backlash. So, that's why they try to make us out to be a group, so that way they can attack us and throw shade our way and, hate upon our lineage. But, I'm off of them cats because they ain't really factors. They non-factors in my book and opinion. But has anyone seen the photo floating around of our sister Eve? She was at some kind of holiday with, she got a white daddy, and she was with his family for the holidays. I believe he's British or something like that. And she was sitting around the table around a whole bunch of white people. Truth be told, Eve looked at like she was out of her element. She looked like she ain't even want to be there. To me, seeing her face, she looked like she was uncomfortable. And truth be told, I know for sure as hell I would have been uncomfortable sitting up around all them white people, you know what I mean? And being the only black person there, because, they whispering secretly, and talking BS, so she just looked like a fish out of water, you know what I mean? And a lot of people are saying that Eve really, truth be told, she lost her, that swag she used to have, early on in her career, getting with that white zaddy, you know what I mean? He's depleting her of, that FBA spirit, she ain't moving and rocking the same since she got with him. So you don't see too much of Eve no more like you did. She used to be really buzzing and had a name for herself. She even had her own show. But you don't hear too much from Eve no more now that she got with old homeboy. You know what I mean? He probably just want her in the crib, because I really don't hear too much from Eve. You know what I mean? And I don't know, but she damn sure looked like she was out of her element in that photo. It didn't look, it didn't look like Eve, sitting there. She had all that makeup on, and Eve naturally a beautiful woman. You know what I mean? And she just looked all the way around the board out of her element. I even heard somebody say on the internet that it looked like one of them movies. I think it was Get Out or something. Like she was, starring in a role for one of them movies like that. You know what I mean? But moving right along, what else did I want to talk about? The Guardian Angels is supposed to make a return, family to New York. The Guardian Angels. Now, if like I know, we had Guardian Angels in Pennsylvania where I'm at. But back in the day, those Guardian Angels, all they used to do, truth be told, was stop and frisk black people. Run up on black people, in large numbers and stuff like that. So I'm thinking that, them bringing the Guardian Angels back to New York, truth be told, is like some kind of way in to attack black people, stopping, frisking them and harassing them. You know what I mean? Because that's what it'll be used for. Now they saying that the guy that created the Guardian Angels is actually like a white supremacist. You know what I mean? And in his own words, he said that they gonna be checking on homeless people on the trains and checking on people's well-being. But I think this is a code word for they going to just be running down on black people, harassing them, hemming black folks up. And black people just gotta be on aware of this, that they trying to bring this back. And he actually, the dude that created it, he was on there talking, but I think it was more like a dog whistle, because he said like people see crimes now and are afraid to attack crimes because of Daniel Penny, what they seen with Daniel Penny going on, but nothing happened at all to Daniel Penny. Daniel Penny set out a statement to white society that you could harm innocent, unarmed black people and get away with it. And Daniel Penny, became rich off his whole thing. You know what I mean? He got paraded around like some kind of damn celebrity. They got him, and if he wasn't rich, he for sure as hell was rich now off of, how they put him out there, parading him around, lifting him up and propping him up. So ain't nothing happened to Daniel Penny. In all actuality, it's a Daniel Penny effect going on right now with black people being harmed, and people getting away with it, even down to our brother Robert Brooks. You see, they still ain't prosecute them damn degenerate white supremacist C.Os that, unalived our brother. And if you ask me, it was done because of it was a racial component. That's why it was done, because he was black, because they wouldn't have done that to no white man. And our brother Robert Brooks had mental health issues, so on and so forth. But we're going to touch on our brother Robert Brooks a little bit later. I want to talk about some other topics, before we get into it. Looking over my notes, family, to see what I want to talk about. Oh, what the hell? We jump into our brother Robert Brooks. What the hell? We'll jump into him. Yeah, but it's just very telling that, them race soldiers, C.Os wasn't prosecuted yet. They weren't nothing more than white supremacists, if you ask me, because they only attacked our brother Robert Brooks, because he was a black man. And these damn degenerate C.Os that done this to our brother family. I was looking up some information. They already had marks on their record for assaulting inmates. You know what I mean? So why were these damn degenerates still able to operate and be prison officers? You know what I mean? CO, correctional officer. They already had marks on their record. They had a long track record of misusing and abusing, inmates. So, this is a no-no if you ask me. And we got to start as a collective giving pushback and resistance to it, because this Daniel Penny effect is in effect right now. And, that's too why, we ain't seeing these COs being punished, because it's beyond me why these damn degenerates ain't sitting in a jail cell somewhere. They still walking around free, and they, killed our brother, and he had mental health issues, so on and so forth. And, they trying to dump it off as in the news media, to take away from the killing of a brother that, he was in jail for this, that, and the other. They always try to, take the focus off and minimize the anti-black racism when, white people commit a crime and, do some kind of heinous act to black people. And I don't respect that, nor do I rock with it, because, I don't give a damn. Our brother didn't deserve to go out like that. You know what I mean? And I'm going to keep my eyes, on the ball with that. I ain't going to get sidetracked because the news media put it out and, deem black folks all kind of ways, every which way, but let a white person get hurt. and the news media, he had mental health issues, he had a long track record, he was struggling with drug abuse and addiction. They try to, coddle and pamper their own, but then when they demonize black folks in the eyes of the public, I don't rock with that, you know what I mean? Because our brother didn't deserve none of what went on, and you could bet your last dollar that this goes back to that system of racism, white supremacy that we always talk about, and them double standards that exist within inside the so-called justice system. I call them racialized standards between white folks and black folks, because if this would have been a black CO, black COs, a group of black COs doing this to a white man, beating him senselessly, kicking him, putting their foot on his neck, body beating him, you could bet them brothers would have been given the chair. You know what I mean? They wouldn't able to been, on no paid leave, what have you, so on and so forth. They've been sitting in a jail cell doing life, or they would for sure as hell been given the chair. MD Williams, peace to you, my brother, and the FBA peoples. Peace, family. Shout out to MD Williams. I hope all of the family is enjoying their holidays and stuff too. But I got some audio and video I want to play of what's going on in the case of our brother Robert Brooks, because this really gets me mad. You know what I mean? And I'm tired of seeing this stuff. Truth be told, you know what I mean? We gotta really start, training our young ones up in self-defense and preparing them to face this white supremacist system that they're gonna have out here. When they get of age. You know what I mean? So they ain't blindsided by it, because I notice sometimes nowadays, a good bit of the time actually, that a lot of black folks ain't really equipping their kids to come up against white supremacy. Then when they face white supremacy, in all actuality, some of our people be like a deer stuck in the headlights. We got to start equipping our own, because that's one thing my mom prepared me for, growing up, especially being a black man. She told me, you already got one strike on you for being black, and you gotta move certain ways, and always be on guard. You know what I mean? And one thing she instilled in me, not all white people, but she told me, to be on point, never really trust white people, because they're the slickest, most devious individuals. They'll, slit your throat, so to speak, and do it all behind the scenes. They do little underhand and slick stuff behind the scenes, and you always got to be on point there with white supremacists, truth be told. And I just, think we got to start equipping our youth more to come up against that and combat that, so they not totally blindsided when they face white supremacy, because they will face white supremacy in this system. If anybody denied that white supremacy exists, they've been smoking something, because all of these things we see going on, these white supremacists got the green light now to kill innocent black people and get away with it, and then they get propped up and made out to be some kind of damn heroes and celebrities. Donald Trump running around with him, and all these racist white supremacists, degenerates running around with him and propping him up. If Daniel Penny wasn't rich, he rich now, getting all that damn money in his GoFundMe account and whatnot. Shout out to Stormy Weather. Peace, family. Yeah, I'm gonna play these videos regarding our brother Robert Brooks that I want to speak on, because I don't like how they did our brother, man. It really don't sit right with me. I'm really pissed off about it, though. You know what I mean? I'm tired of really seeing this stuff happen to our people.
Meantime, Rochester,
hold on, let me turn that up.
Took time today calling on the state to fully suspend all correction officers involved in Brooks' death, as reported of the 14 officers.
And they said fully suspended, so some of these damn degenerates ain't fully suspended, and they had a long track record. Some of these, a good bit of these individuals had marks on their record for already assaulting inmates, and they calling for them to fully suspend. This is very telling, because all these damn degenerates should be suspended, and they for sure as hell should be sitting in a jail cell. They shouldn't be walking around free, and none of these individuals is even locked up for killing our brother. Our brother battling with mental health, doing his time. He's doing the time for the crime, and then he gets taken up out of here. I don't respect that, nor do I rock with it. And you could bet your last dollar, like I tell you, if this was a black man, a couple black brothers, doing this to a white man, putting their foot on his neck, body beating him and wolf packing him like that, they would have been given life in prison, or for sure as hell they would have been given a chair. They wouldn't have been able to walk around no free man. But it goes back to them double racialized standards in that so-called justice system. The justice system rigged. If you got the complexion for the protection, what they saying is that you get a pass to kill black people and get away with it. You get to operate with impunity, and I don't respect that. Hold on, family. Black warrior spirit, like button touched off top. That salute, blessings from Cali Bay Area. Salute to you, my brother or sister, Black Warrior. You know, peace to the family. Salute to Cali. Salute to the whole Bay Area.
Involved in Brooks' death. As reported, of the 14 officers, all were suspended without pay. One resigned. Natalie.
Damn, a suspension without pay. They shouldn't even been able to resign. They should be sitting in a damn jail cell somewhere, rotting away.
Coach joins us now in studio with more team coverage. Natalie.
So, Adam, not only have those faith leaders called for the officer suspensions, which have already taken effect, as you mentioned, they are pushing for all to be fired and tried in a court of law with, quote, the highest sentence possible in accordance to the law.
And if they get off with some damn slap on the wrist like Daniel Penny, I say we turn all the way up. You know, I don't want to go too much, you know, in depth on, you know, this YouTube, because then they'll try to suppress the chat. But, you know, we can't keep taking these kind of blows to foundational Black American society and letting them get away with it. Because 9 times out of 10, when you look who's being lynched, because let's be clear, this was the lynching of our brother. When you look who's being lynched, it's nobody else but foundational Black Americans. You know, Black people catch hell in general, but it's morally our people, foundational Black Americans. You know, they want to, you know, suppress us, misuse and abuse us, and them damn, you know, that's over with. You know what I mean? They can miss me with that. And I say, if they try to let these damn degenerate white supremacist C.Os off, I say we turn all the way up. You know what I mean? But I'm going to keep it there because I really don't want to, you know, go into too much on here. But let's continue.
Sentence possible in accordance to the law.
The body-worn camera's footage set on standby by the grace of God participated in beating Robert Brooks until he was what appears to be nothing less than graveyard dead.
Calls for justice ringing.
That was overkill what they did to our brother. They beat our brother, then beat him some more. You know what I mean? And that's very telling. You know what I mean? And it's very telling to why these damn degenerates ain't sitting in the cell.
Out days after the release of body-worn camera footage in the moments leading up to the death of Marcy Correctional Facility inmate Robert Brooks. The incident taking place December 9th. Brooks, a Greece resident, died at a Utica hospital the next day.
We have witnessed a type of slave patrol and a type of slave.
That's what it is. These damn degenerates is just doing slave patrol to our people, you know, beating our people senselessly. And, you know, I don't respect it, nor do I rock with it, because like I said, it's double standards in that so-called justice system. If this would have been a black couple brothers doing this to a white man, they would have been given a chair.
Annihilation of our brother. What one might call, for lack of a better term, a despicable, barbaric, ruthless, dehumanizing type of slave patrol behavior. And we have come to make it unequivocally clear here and now that their actions were and are unacceptable.
Reverend Dwight Fowler.
Yes, the hell, them actions are unacceptable, and they won't be tolerated. And you can hear, like in a lot of foundational Black Americans, elders, you know, you can hear a lot of the pain and the struggle in their voice that they, you know, perpetuate out there, put out there to the world, you know, because you can hear in this brother's voice, you know, the pain, you know, even talking about this, and, you know, the struggle of what foundational Black Americans have been through in this country. You know, that's why, you know, I take particular offense to seeing any of my people harmed and done some kind of injustice too, because, you know, 9 times out of 10, whenever you see somebody harmed, it's a foundational Black American, you know, and then most cases they protected by this white supremacist system we under and looked out for and propped up and made to be out some kind of damn hero or some of that nature. But let's continue. Hold on.
Actions were and are unacceptable.
Reverend Dwight Fowler of United Christian Leadership Ministries in Rochester leads a call on the government to launch a thorough investigation into Marcy Correctional Facility. Leaders are also...
And to them folks that want to run around, you know, because we got some Black folks doing this well, you know, it's going to get worse when Donald Trump comes in. You know, it's going to get worse when Trump come around. You know, the Democrats is around now. Why the hell ain't they speaking out, you know, and speaking up and condemning this in the eyes of the public? You know what I mean? So... miss me with that, because both of these damn parties is both birds, wings off the same birds, branches off the same tree. They both practice anti-Black white supremacy, and we need to say the hell with them both, because none of them got the best needs of foundational Black Americans on the mind. You know, they give a damn about doing nothing for us but to sit up here and prioritize all these damn illegal, undocumented immigrants, you know, and they ain't speaking out about this, the Democrats, nor condemning this, you know what I mean? Damn them both, the right and the left wing, you know, because we need to start, you know, just looking out for and protecting our own, and maybe even, you know, try to get a Black political party for foundational Black Americans, you know, build someone on the grassroots level, you know, and monitor them and look out for them and watch them, you know, fund them so they can, you know, get up in that president seat, you know, and fight for the needs of our people instead of these damn sellouts and, you know, buffers that they give us with BlaccBase, like Barack Obama, that'll sit up there and prioritize cops and, you know, rainbow gangs rights and turn a blind eye while Black people out here getting slaughtered in the streets. Black Warrior, agreed. Stormy weather, we did. Okay, yeah, back to this, family. I'm gonna try to look at the chat, but excuse me if I don't look too much at the chat because I'm trying to stay on code and on topic. You know, sometimes I lose my train of thought doing that, always looking over at the chat.
Correctional facility. Leaders are also pushing for a state program to ensure no correction officer engages without his or her body-worn camera turned on in the future.
Replace the misfits.
They turned the body camera off because they knew they was going to lynch this brother. You know what I mean? So they made sure their asses was covered. You know what I mean? They said something about the body camera being off. Let me rewind that.
And now that their actions were and are unacceptable.
Reverend Dwight Fowler of United Christian Leadership Ministries in Rochester leads a call on the government to launch a thorough investigation into Marcy Correctional Facility. Leaders are also pushing for a state program to ensure no correction officer engages without his or her body-worn camera turned on in the future.
Replace the misfits with correction officers who fit. This is our demand, and until this happens, we will cry loud and spare not. We will not give up and we will not give in until justice rolls down like waters and righteousness like a mighty stream.
Lentori John.
Me, I say that we can't get justice on a system based off of racism, white supremacy. You know, the whole system was formulated off of that ideology, racism, white supremacy. I say the whole damn system gotta collapse and be rebuilt with one that practices justice and equality and fair treatment of all people. You know, not just a class of people based off of skin color, white people, you know, that get propped up and, you know, get to go around here operating with impunity, killing Black people. I think that old system needs to be destroyed, and it needs to be rebuilt with one based off of justice and fair treatment.
Waters and righteousness like a mighty stream.
Lentori Johnson lost her son, Johnny Johnson, in the 2015 Boys and Girls Club's shooting on Rochester's Genesee Street. The grief and pain of Brooke's family, she says, is all too familiar.
It's the very beginning of the journey, and there's so much to go. Listen, even a young man who's now in prison for the death of my child, I would have felt no different if I'd have saw that perpetrated on him, had it been him in that film. Because see, at the end of the day, justice is justice. And nobody in this community, I don't care what your gender, I don't care what your color, we're all community. None of us should take this and let it just fly.
Certainly a lot of powerful messages.
See, the problem, and I love like my older Black folks, I love Black folks, period. But the problem with some older Black folks is they too forgiving. And she said something about none of us should let this fly. We can't expect outsiders to care about our needs and issues as foundational Black Americans. We know that it's an inside job that can only be done for self. You know, these other groups of people give a damn about what happens to us. They just glad that it ain't happened to them. I'm sorry to say it, but that is what it is. You know, they just worried about, you know, looking out for the needs and the interests of their own group. They give a damn about what goes on in FBA society and the injustices done to our people. So that's why, you know, on my platform, I take, you know, it very seriously to see injustices and lynchings like this, because this was a lynching of our brother, you know what I mean? And these damn degenerates is walking around here, you know, getting to lay in a cozy bed at night and not sitting on a slab of cement in the damn jail cell. That's beyond me. They should be locked up, you know, indefinitely, you know, and not given no release. They should be given first degree charges in this. And we need that damn Black hate crimes bill. you know, and if they ain't going to produce it because they dragging their feet, you know what I mean? We need something to protect and insulate us, you know, and if they ain't trying to produce it, I say that we start getting out here and producing justice for ourselves, whatever that looks like, if you get my drift, because we can't expect other people to do what must be done for self. MD Williams, they show exactly who and what they are to us regularly. It's short-sighted of us to expect anything different from this system. Yeah, like some of the older black folks, they so forgiving, you know, bless their souls and bless their hearts though. We got to look out for the elders, but the elders just come out of a different era, you know, of the church, the black church. And the black church, to me, I don't knock nobody's views, you know, as long as whatever you believe in spiritually, I don't want to get too deep into that, empowers you, I don't knock it. But what the church does is produce a forgiving mindset, you know, and that's all go along and hold hands, you know, damn that. Sometimes there got to be some resistance, you know, and pressure applied to people when they're harming our people, you know what I mean? The church produces sometimes weakness in the mind of older black folks. Excuse me on that, but I just got to call it how it is. But it's another video I want to touch on, brothers and sisters up there in New York giving pushback and resistance, you know, to what's going on. And, you know, I love to see this, you know, the brothers out there in full force. But it was something at the end of this video, we're going to talk about it a little later once we watch it, that I want to hit on. You know, they always use black struggle and pain to push different agendas inside of it. You know, other people come along, outsiders to the group, and we got to pay attention to that. You know, when we fighting to get things done and, you know, giving pushback to the oppressive systems when our people are done wrong, watch out, family, when outsiders come among and, you know, start pressing other agendas when we out there standing on business. Fair use, fair use. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 9, 10, 11. 9, 10, 11. 9, 10, 11. Each and every correctional. You hear what them brothers saying, and you know this is the FBA family, because nobody got that kind of spirit and resilience, you know, to stand up and fight this oppressive white supremacist system, because other people just cool with going along to get along. And the brothers and sisters is up there screaming, you know, fuck 12, you know, in all actuality. They up there giving pushback and resistance, standing on business. And I love it and I salute it, because I love seeing, unfortunately, under these circumstances, brothers coming together like this. But I love to see the cohesiveness and the unity of black people out there standing on something and representing when injustices and oppression is done to our people. Just a second, family. Correctional officer and police officer in existence. Hold on, I'm gonna run out, family. 1, 2, 3, 4, fair use, 5, fair 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 9, 10, 11. 9, 10, 11. 9, 10, 11. Fuck each and every correction officer and police officer in existence. Somebody playing with us? They just let a white boy get away with choking somebody to death. 3 weeks later. See, this is the Daniel Penny effect, how I'm talking about. See, what this says, you know, that Daniel Penny got off is that it's cool. You know, you giving a path to kill somebody. As long as they black, you know, under the right set of circumstances in the right situation, you could kill that person and operate with impunity. And this is why we got to be giving pushback and resistance to it. You know, I despise these kinds of actions being done to our people. You know, I'm so heated right now. We got to start, you know, really getting on cold. We are getting on cold, but we got to do more so than ever. You know what I mean? Because it's our people, foundational black Americans, that's out here getting senselessly cut down in the streets. You know, it ain't even the black immigrant like that. No Latinos, you know, the sole focus is on harming foundational black Americans, because they know that we the ones that, you know, create the most resistance in all actuality. Citizens, we shall not be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process. That's right. There was no due process for Robert Brooks. That's right. That's why the Federal Bureau of Investigation needs to arrest
arrest these cops immediately.
And keep in mind, this is all being done under the Democrats, and the Democrats ain't speaking out about this. And I ain't saying that, you know, the right wing ain't guilty of it as well. Like I said, they both branches off the same tree and both practices anti-black racism. So when people come with that, oh, it's going to get worse under the Democrats, miss me with that, because people say that a lot in my comment section. That's a weak talking point. None of these two parties have the best interests of black people in mind. They don't give a damn about black society. They don't give a damn about what happens to black people. And this is why I say, damn them both. And let's continue.
Luigi shot somebody on camera. They took his picture. There was a manhunt and arrest. Why when it's a black person killed, the system doesn't work for us? Because this Constitution doesn't work for us. These politicians don't work for us.
Yeah, that's true. When that guy killed that United Healthcare CEO, they didn't find him for some time. You know, he got away from the scene and he's being coddled and pampered in the white media. You know, they looking out for him, but when it's somebody black, you know, they try and uphold them to different standards. It all goes back to them double standards and racialized standards in that damn so-called justice system. It need to be destroyed and rebuilt and be brought back with one that operates off of freedom, justice, and equality, a real justice system that got, you know, equal rights for all people.
That's why we gotta take our destiny into our own hands. Our own hands. We gotta defend ourselves. Your brothers and sisters.
I agree with that. You know, if you see a brother or sister getting hurt, you know, done some kind of injustice, you know, by one of these damn degenerates, white supremacists, don't just sit there and pull out your phone, you know, help your brother or sister, you know, but given I know everybody don't want to put themselves in the line of fire like that, but you know, in me, I'm gonna get proactive. I can only speak for myself. I'm gonna have to get pushback and resistance. I ain't gonna watch no innocent black person get their lights cut off in front of me. You know, I ain't just doing that. My mom ain't raised me that way because I always said I'd rather die on my feet than live on my knees. You know what I mean? And I ain't gonna be able to sleep right knowing that I'll let a black person, especially a black person, but anybody get harmed on my watch. But it's particularly a black person. You know, that ain't gonna sit right with my mindset. That's gonna eat at me. Robinson, I hear you, brethren. Peace to Robinson.
We gotta defend ourselves. Your brothers and sisters on behind the wall are warriors. Warriors don't sing kumbaya. Warriors do warrior shit.
Stormy Weather, you the same way, family? Okay, I'm assuming that you're talking about, you know, not watching no black person get no injustice done to him. Yeah, that's the way we gotta be, because, you know, with the social media age nowadays, it's breeding people that, you know, are thumb keyboard warriors, you know, and pull out phones, you know, and when you see some kind of injustice and oppression done, I'm not the one for just pulling out a phone and trying to, you know, capture footage of it, you know. Why you gonna sit there and just capture footage, you know, to try to get some shine off of clicks and views, and that's somebody's damn life that's getting taken away. You know, it puts me in mind of something. Public Enemy, many years back, they had a song or an album called The Fear of a Black Planet. And this is why the white supremacists use all these tactics, you know, of putting out bad food and, you know, locking up black people unjustly, you know, misusing, abusing based off of race, because what they really fear in all actuality is, like Public Enemy said, the Black Planet. They fear the Black Planet. Yup, that's what it is. Robinson, the fear of the Black Planet. Public Enemy told us that back in the 80s, I think it was. The fear of the Black Planet. That's what they're in fear of. So they try to do anything, to prevent that from happening, but they can't, suppress us, because more of us is waking up and we getting on code, especially foundational Black Americans. M.D. Williams, Dr. Frances Cress Wilson. Yup, she exposed Dr. Frances Cress Wilson, may she rest in peace. She put us on to what it is, it's a fear of a genetic annihilation that they in fear of. Their genetics being wiped out. That was a lynching, and it need to be called a lynching. They should be sitting under the jail. They should be given the damn chair. But I don't know if giving the chair might be too easy for them. They might should just rot in jail for the rest of their lives, because that might be torture. Because C.O.s and cops don't do too good in jail, especially around the brothers. If they know that they cops are, C.O.s, they going, especially harming a Black person, like they did, put them in jail around a bunch of the brothers, FBA brothers. They going to tighten their ass up, get them right, get their mind right. M.D. Williams, that's a desperate act. Cassettes and records, immigrant, who comes to live predominantly in foreign country. You know what that person talking about?
Fucking investigation. Those murderers need to be in cuffs. And with the bad.
Fucking investigation. I'm with the sister, because that was blatant lynching on, videotape. Why does it need to be investigated when y'all can see for yourself? The proof is in the pudding.
People, the more of us who show up, who are unafraid and unapologetically Black, that's how we get shit done. Keep fighting and keep moving forward. All power to the people. Say his name. 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 We are not going to sit back and just pray. And just hope.
That's what they expect us to do. Sit back and sit on our hands. We ain't going to keep letting these, blows be given to Black society without, counteracting some of this nonsense and foolishness. What the hell do these people expect? If you ain't going to produce justice, I say it all the time. If the system ain't going to give us justice, we got to get it ourselves.
We are demanding that every single
Stormy weather, we don't need an investigation. See that?
every single speak that had anything to do with the death.
Family, and if you in here listening to the sound of my voice, make sure you subscribe to your brother Mar. And because I'll be putting out a lot of good content, especially uplifting the foundational Black American collective, you know what I mean? Because our people far too often get the short end of that stick, and I'm, trying to, balance out some of the stuff that's being the negative rhetoric going on about our people, to make sure our people, get shown in a positive light and have, real Black empowerment. This is what, my whole social media is about. I made it for that sole purpose, to empower my people, because I'm tired of seeing my people get the short end of that stick. So make sure you like and subscribe to my channel, family, if you're in here right now, because I'm going to be dropping content regularly. I'm starting to try to put out more live streams. Good chat discussion, conversation, my brother. Salute the Black warrior spirit.
Be fired and arrested. Now, if that does not happen, tell them what's going to happen, brother. By January 31st.
This brother making demands. Now we get into the pro action here. I love to hear that. Make them demands, my brother. Talk that talk.
Shut the state of New York down. Shut it 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 down. We're going to shut down the state of New York by any means necessary.
And he's using the words of Malcolm right there. So what's power in using that? The power of, call it upon the ancestors. So we got to make sure that we, get justice for our brother Robert Brooks, because that was a no-no, and that was a blatant, disrespect, and blatant lynching of our brother right in our faces, so we can't co-sign or endorse this and sit on our hands with this one. They done let Daniel Penny, walk away free. And, if he wasn't rich, now he's rich, paraded around by Trump, made to be some sort of damn hero and celebrity. He's a damn degenerate.
Went to go visit Marcy Correctional Facility.
That ain't enough.
That's not enough.
That ain't enough.
That is not enough.
At all.
We need jail time for these officers and these staffers.
And like I said, they do need jail time, because jail time is more harder. Give them a life sentence and put them around all brothers. They're tune and tighten them up, because a lot of times, C.O.s and cops, when they get in jail, especially for harming black people, they straighten them out, quick, fast, and in a hurry. And look at this, family. This is what I wanted to talk about. Now, remember when I said, they come, we got to be careful when we doing something for black people, particularly foundational black Americans. They come with other things and, pushing other messages along when we out there protesting, and so forth. Somebody got to shame on NYC, All Lives Matter, justice for Robert Brooks. We know all lives matter, but unfortunately, it's our people, foundational black Americans, that get our lights cut out by no good race soldiers, Ku Klux Klan members with a badge. So they can miss me with that all lives matter BS. We know all lives matter, but it's just us, unfortunately, as black people that, get the short end of the stick, especially foundational black Americans. And we got to watch when they come, up in, our mix, trying to promote other agendas, talking about some all lives matter. Miss me with that. Now, somebody got a sign. It's a Hispanic woman, and she said, "I'm Hector. I think that name says Garcia. I was brutally murdered by C.O.s in a correctional facility 2/24/24." And she's saying justice for this Latino dude. We want everybody to get justice, but they got to stop using our struggle and pain as black people to promote their agenda. Go fight for your own agendas, and take care of your needs and interests on your own behalf, but don't use the foundational black American struggle and the death and the lynching of our brother to come and, fight for some other people's needs. You know what I mean? Because this is very, I don't like that, when they do that. So I just wanted to point that out, family, and like I said, if you in here, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. And I'm getting ready to get out of here. I wasn't going to be on here too soon, but I hit on our brother Robert Brooks on another live, but I had to really dig in a little bit deeper, because this is a blatant lynching, and we demand these officers, to be held accountable. They need first-degree damn murder charges put on all of them, everyone in there, even the collaborators that stood around and sat on their hands and did nothing, and if that don't happen, I believe that we as a foundational black American collective should begin some pushback and resistance to this, because this is a blatant slap in the face to every foundational black American, because, they trying to set out a statement, that white people can kill black people and operate with impunity. And this goes back to that Daniel Penny effect. So we demand justice for our brother. We ain't going to sit around. And if you ain't willing to produce justice, we going to have to get produced justice, because we've been asking for that black hate crimes bill, which they act like they want to turn the blind eye to, and if the system ain't going to give us justice, we got to get out there and get justice for ourselves. We might have to get our hands dirty, put on them Timberland boots, and walk and hit that pavement, so to speak. You know what I mean? But it's the New Year's, MD Williams, fair game. Call it what it is. Salute to everybody in the chat. Kurt L said the officers in the Tyree Nichols case were acquitted as well. Okay. Yeah. And they're also trying to, I have to look into that. I don't know. I haven't, been really following that, but I have to look into that. And also what they're trying to do with our sister, what's her name, from up there in Chicago, Springfield, Chicago, where they went in her house and killed her. They trying to let that cop get off too. And I got to go back and check that, because they said come the New Year, if, they don't come back with something, that they're going to release this guy, that killed our sister. I forget the name of this guy. It slips my mind right now, but he went in our sister's house and shot her and tried to claim that she tried to throw something with a boiling pot of water, which was a lie, you know what I mean, and turned our sister's lights out. See, they doing a lot of, and Kurt L, I don't know if you white, but I caught that. You tried to slip in there Tyree Nichols, and yeah, they were black officers that did that, sellouts, but don't try to take the focus off of white supremacy, because all that goes along with white supremacy. Them black guys that you see going along with the system, they white supremacist collaborators, but it all goes back to that system of racism, white supremacy. We can never take our eyes off of that. So you might have said that in bad faith, but I don't know. But everything goes back to the system of racism, white supremacy. We address, things, done by black people, because Sonia Massey, yep, that's the sister's name that got her lights cut out. Yep. By the no good race soldier in her home. Thank you for that, black warrior spirit. Yeah, we addressed, even the sellouts and coon class that we got, but we can never take our eyes off of white supremacy, because that all goes back to white supremacy. White supremacy uses these coons and these tethers and these buffer groups like the Latinos, the Asians, to undermine real black progress. You know what I mean? So I don't never take that. That's like, they were, I didn't know they got off for that Tyree Nichols thing, though, but they were, no good for doing that to our brother. I touched on that story. I covered it, but, I just didn't go back and, update that story. That was wrong of them doing that. They were a bunch of coons and sellouts, because that all goes back to white supremacy as well, because what white supremacy, does is get these collaborators to undermine the real efforts of having, black power and upliftment. They don't want real black upliftment, especially not no foundational black Americans to have upliftment, because they know when so many of us get on code, that's going to be, the collapsing of the white supremacist system that they want to, try to hold on to by any means necessary. FAQs, my brother. 100. Peace to Black Warrior Spirit. Hopefully you subscribe to the channel Black Warrior Spirit, because I like the conversation that we having, in the chat. Of course, you're going to get some people like they try to, point out the Kurt L, probably a white man, try to, come in here and, divert the conversation off of white supremacy. See, I don't let people, divert that conversation off of white supremacy, because this is just like when they say, quote unquote, quote, black crime in the black neighborhoods. This is all done to, divert the attention off of white supremacy. So why is that black on black crime in Chicago? I like to look at, the roots of why things happen, not just the things that's seen. This is like when police officers say they busted a drug dealer on the corner with a little 8-ball. Okay, but y'all ain't busting the big white drug dealers that's bringing it in. I like to look at the hidden hand while things happen, and that all goes back to the system of racism, white supremacy. You show me any problem, quote unquote, in the black community, and I'll show you the unseen hand of white supremacy and how it plays a role in all of it. Stormy weather, what they do. Robinson, he pled guilty and took a guilty plea, serving 12 years, and I'm not the case discovered yet. The charges still didn't condone his death. Yeah, I don't know if somebody's trying to say that condone whatever, our brother, what's his name? Robert Brooks' death. Don't nothing, account for our brother being his lights taken out. Once you're doing the time for your crime, you having redemption in terms of how the justice system is supposed to work, and nobody don't deserve to get their lights cut out. This is why I say that's a white supremacist talking point there. People that want to point to, well, oh, he was sitting in jail for a crime. He did a brutal crime. He did so on and so forth. They doing that to divert the attention off of this black man getting lynched. They want us to, look over there, so they can secretly get these white supremacist C.Os off the hook. We demand justice for our brother, and we standing on business. We ain't letting this one get swept under the rug. We ain't taking no more blows to black society, without giving no pushback and resistance to it. But what I was going to say is I'm getting ready to get out of here. I'm going to give the family a little message, because, anybody that comes in my chat and it was a real productive conversation, we might have had a little couple people try to throw monkey wrenches in the game in this live stream. But for the most part, I enjoy talking with the family. Black Warrior Spirit, Stormy Weather, MD Williams, even Robertson, and I enjoy talking with the family. So, family, if you in here, subscribe, and I want all my people that subscribe to me, to, have success in their life. So I wanted to drop something on the family's mind real quick, that it's the New Year's, but, don't just wait the whole, to the end of the year to set goals and, try to achieve something in your life. Do this every day, because you owe it to yourself, especially us foundational Black Americans. We are special, unique people, And, we should be pushing for success every day because we owe it to ourselves. We don't got to wait till the end of the year to do it. Take yourself personally and, strive to attain something in your life, regardless of what day it is, and if you're going to be out there moving around and, shaking on this New Year's, make sure if you drinking, you got a designated driver or Uber in the pocket, and stay safe out there, my family. And Black Warrior Spirit, peace and blessings to you and your family, New York, and thereafter. Great discussion. Yeah, it was a great discussion. Peace to all the family in the chat, and enjoy your holidays, and get ready for this upcoming year, and just push for success in your life, family. Like I said, we don't gotta wait till the end of the year. I don't really celebrate the holidays, but I want the family to be setting goals, regardless of what the hell day it is. Set goals to just set them, because we are special people and we deserve to have everything we want in life. We deserve to live a good life, and we deserve to have this system of racism, white supremacy knocked down quick, fast, and in a hurry. And on my channel, this is all I want to combat. I wake up thinking how to fight white supremacy. I go to sleep thinking how to fight white supremacy, and how to, get on code with other Black people. You know what I mean? Iconics, FBA all day, every day. And it kind of, I'm gonna leave something. I had a conversation with a brother in the gym yesterday. I was talking to him. I said what up to the brother, and the brother kind of like, I don't think he knew how to take me. You know what I mean? Not in a bad way, but I just think the brother might have been on the defense. He didn't know what I was coming to him about. So he just kind of looked at me, sideways a little bit. I'm like, what's up, brother? You Black, right? He like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, well, I say what up to my people, every day, all day. Like, some of them don't speak, but I'm on code. So I speak to my people when I see them. And he was like, okay, yeah. He was like, okay, we need unity. I'm like, yeah, we need that Black unity. You know what I mean? And I'm like, subscribe to my YouTube channel, brother. And me and him ended up having a discussion. But at first he was a little bit, I don't think he is, was used to that. You know what I mean? Me coming up to him and embracing him with that foundational Black American love like that, but we got to make sure that, we showing love to our people when we see them. Now, if they, don't give us a head nod, and acknowledge us back, that's on them. But for the most part, a foundational Black American is going to acknowledge you back. That mostly be the tether class of people, non-FBA that, don't acknowledge you. For the most part, FBA, we acknowledge people, you know what I mean? And, even if in this case, like, this brother was caught off guard, but he still acknowledged me. But, it was just all around, good conversation I had with him after that. And then I told him about the YouTube channel and he subscribed, but, I'm ranting now. So I want to tell the family, have a good holiday and, stay safe out there. And if you're going to be drinking and so on and so forth, make sure you have a designated driver and an Uber in the pocket, and make sure you setting goals every day, family. Don't just use the end of the year to do so. Peace and salute to the FBA family. Have a good holiday. I'm out.